Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayhi. Wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu. Wa nashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu. ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله. Alhamdulillah, it's a great honor to be here at GPU, and it's beautiful to be a Muslim. Is it beautiful to be a Muslim or not? All those beautiful people who feel that it is beautiful to be a Muslim, when I say takbir, bring this hall down. Takbir! That's not good enough. That is not the spirit of Islam. Bring this hall down. Takbir! 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 Alhamdulillah. You know, this beautiful gathering that we have today, the biggest gathering in Europe of Muslims, let us give thanks to that person who is helping us to celebrate our identity, who is helping us to unite together with one voice, who is helping us to reflect on the challenges we face. Give a big round of applause to Muhammad Ali, the Chief Executive of Islam Channel. You know, most speeches start with a topic, they start with a thesis. But I want to start my speech by sharing two stories with you. And being the government's chief equality and diversity advisor until recently, who better to start with than the Prime Minister Tony Blair? And I'll share a story about the Prime Minister Tony Blair himself. When our Prime Minister won the election back in 1997, he was making various visits to various countries. And one of those visits involved going to France and addressing the French Parliament. Now that is a biggest honor for any premier to be given the opportunity to address another parliament. So he wanted to return that honor, and he wanted to do his speech in French. He was nervous, but he revised his speech by heart. He went there and began delivering his speech. He was nervous, but began delivering his speech. The more he delivered, the more people applauded. And the more people applauded, his confidence grew. And his confidence grew so much that at the end of his speech, he was given a standing ovation. So his confidence by that time was really hitting the roof. And after the speech, he was going to have a question and answer session with the French media. And he was so confident that he said, I'll do that as well in French. So one of the French press said, Prime Minister, what do you think of our Prime Minister, Lionel Jospin? And he said that I admire him in many ways. Well, at least that's what he thought, what he said. What he actually said was, I desire him in many ways. My second story is about a young Asian immigrant boy. But before I tell you this story, I want you to imagine that you are that young Asian immigrant boy, so that his experiences become alive to you. So just imagine for a moment that you immigrate to this country at the age of 13 without any English language. You come to a different country, a country where the culture is different, the food is bland, the method of transport is different, and because you can't speak a word of English, people think that you're dumb and you have a low IQ level. And because of the different color of your skin, people treat you as second-class citizens. Imagine how you feel. One day you take a walk, one beautiful summer's day, you take a walk in the park with your brother. Behind you come shouts of Pakis, smelly Pakis. And you turn around and you see 8 or 9 youths, white youths who come to you and your brother, and they beat you up, and they beat you so badly that you and your brother stop taking walks in the park for a very, very long time. Imagine how you feel. Now just imagine that you're in college now. You can speak broken English. Your record of achievement is very poor, but you excitedly go to your careers advisor. And your careers advisor sees your poor record of achievement, your broken English, your poor command of English, and she unravels the whole life before you, and she says, there's no point aiming high. There's no point going for a degree, because by the time you pass your O-levels, your A-levels, you will be 25. By the time you do your degree and you get a professional job, you'll be 35. So you might as well just do an apprenticeship and work in a factory or be a mechanic. Just imagine how you feel. That young Asian immigrant boy is me. I was 34 when I was appointed to one of the highest posts in this country, being the government's chief equality and diversity advisor. You know, when people say to me, it's not what you know, it's who you know. But let me tell you, I can see many young people here born and bred in this country. Many young people, and I'm talking to those young people here, and I'm talking to those young people, all those young people all over the world who are watching Islam Channel right now. And I say to you, that people say to me, it's not who you know, but it's not what you know, it's who you know. For me, it's always been what you know. My total number of networks was 9. My 7 brothers and sisters and my parents. For me, it's always been about what you know. It's always been about what you know. And for that, I've had to struggle and work hard. I've had to have a belief in my abilities and establish the courage to see it through. I never responded to those people who spat at me. I never responded to those people who abused me. I never responded to those people who attacked me. I never responded to those people who swore at me. Because when I failed, when I failed in exams, I never failed to learn the lessons. I knew that I may be a slow walker, but I never will walk backwards. And these people want a response. And if you respond to them, then they will hold back my progress. That is why I never responded. And for me, the strength that I got, the courage I got, was from my faith. And that is why I say, it's beautiful to be a Muslim. It is beautiful to be a Muslim. I stand before you and say this to all those young people, all those people who have ambitions. Don't let go of your dreams. Don't let go of your aspirations as an individual, as a community, as an ummah. Do not lose your resolve. Do not lose your determination. And do not pay